kind of film work with looking at compete level. Is that fair to say? Just like, is that a point of emphasis to kind of get back here?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to get our edge back. I think it starts on the defensive end. You know, on-ball competitiveness has been poor, whether it been at the beginning trying to, contain the ball, or at the end just get up an influential shot contest. Like those things have been missing. I think we've been looking for the easy way out, and it's just not there. And we got to get back to being the really, really good defensive team that we can be.
How do you manufacture that?
Well, today we're fortunate to have a couple days practice, so today was all defense. We went all the way back to the beginning, built it back up, moved through our fundamentals on defense. Went live against each other, which is really a blessing at this time of the year to be able to do that with some time. So those are the things that we have to do better, and it looked really good. I mean, and the good thing is, like, we have it in ourselves to do it. But our offense has affected our defense way too much, and that's been a come and go theme all season long, and we've got to get over that now once and for all.
Why do you think that has happened this year as opposed to last year, where it did seem like you were able to?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of it's just the nature of everyone's individual situation. Sometimes I think whether the contracts or new on the team, etc. But at this point in time, we know who we are, and we know the recipe that works, and we've got to stick to that. If I told the guys, if we don't know who we are at this point in time, we'll never figure it out. But we have figured it out. We know what works. We got to go back to that. And both sides of the ball, there's a pathway for us to be successful. And whenever we deviate from that, it tends to bother us. And when we get bothered, we don't play well.
Chris, do you have a lot of one-on-one conversations with guys in your office, or breaking down tape just with a guy, or do you mainly just talk to the team? And at this point,
well, I would say as a staff, we have a lot. Yes, I mean, our staff does a great job engaging. I of course have one-on-one conversations with guys, but we watch a lot of one-on-one film across the staff with our guys. So yeah, that absolutely.
How much did you notice Ant's thumb bothering him at all in the other game, and how much do you anticipate if it might be a lingering issue?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like it. I mean, maybe got hit a couple times. I'm sure that wasn't very pleasant, but I didn't notice, and he didn't make any excuses for it. So
it doesn't feel like it's a thing moving forward. Probably just something got about through.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's he practiced full go today, and seemingly fine. Again, took a couple shots on it, but shook it off pretty well.
How much do you talk to him about when the team maybe is lacking a compete level or an energy level, about him being a tone setter?
No doubt. I mean, we talk to him all the time. I mean, that's the number one thing with him. He's got to set the tone in every capacity, whether it be energy, focus, competitiveness, like execution of the game plan, making the right play. There's just like a checklist of things that your best players have to do every night. So.
How's the dynamic kind of when you have somebody like him who's 23, he's your best player, all-star, you have veterans on the team who have been there, just how is that leadership dynamic work out on this team?
It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, I think. I think the guys that are vets, they're also echoing the same things. And in general, I think there's been a lot of really good things about Ant's growth and leadership. But these kind of on-court things have got to be a little bit more consistent for him and us to take another step.
When Julius was talking about compete level, is it, in your opinion, Chris, is it more of attention and detail thing? It's not an effort thing, is it, or is it? I
mean, sometimes it's everything. Sometimes it's a multiple effort thing. Sometimes it's attention detail. Sometimes it's a individual thing. Like at the end of the day, it comes down to me and you, and who's going to win that battle. And like we don't win enough of those battles in the last week or so. We haven't won enough of those one-on-one or individual game within the game battles. So, yeah.
Do you get a high comfort level with the young guy? I mean, not by design, but they got to play a lot during injuries and whatnot, and a lot more about them. Is that a nice comfort level at the end of March to know that you can play those guys and know what situations they thrive in?
Absolutely, yeah. There's no doubt. Those guys have proven who they are and who they could be. All can bring something different to the table, and all of them need to stay at the ready to be able to be called upon. I think Jalen Clark has been an outstanding example of that. So.
Chris, Mike has talked all season long, or really lately, especially about how he's felt better physically
Yeah.
as the season. Do you feel even more comfortable with kind of leaning into him and just like whatever you need from him now, just with what he is showing he's capable of, I guess? Down the
Yeah,
stretch here?
absolutely. I think he's always, he's always played his best basketball when he's aggressive as a scorer for himself as much as anything else, because he's always going to do the other things. I think right now we need to get back to that. For him being aggressive in those first 6 minutes of the first and the third when he plays that first shift out there. We've just, we've just had he's had some monster plus minus games out there. But we still try to manage his minutes smart. But the reason you do manage guys' minutes is so you can play them longer right now and into the playoffs. So, yeah, everything's for him is still, we'll lean on him as much as we can.